Hello, everyone. Oh my God, I am coming live to you from New York. I'm here because it's my mother's 91st birthday party, literally. She's going to be turning 91 um, this year on December 10th. Can you believe that? And I know some of you know my mom. And it's really, really exciting. Um, so I'm going to be going to her party in a few hours. Can you believe that? So she's turning 91. I wanted to come live though today to answer any questions and touch base with you. Hi, Sarupa. How are you? I wanted to come and I wanted to touch base with you guys this week and answer any questions. The weather here. Thank you. Yeah, she's turning 91. She's still doing really well. And then we're gonna have this big party this afternoon. It's gonna be like a 4-hour party. All of my cousins are gonna be attending, and some of my cousins I haven't seen in many years. It's a pretty big deal. Good morning, Marva. Oh, you're in Brooklyn. There's a good chance that I'm going to stay in Brooklyn tonight at my sister's place. So, and then I'm in a hotel right now. Actually, it has, as you can see, there's like picture of the Mets, because like the New York Mets. And so it's really, really fun being in New York. I grew up in New York. This is my hometown. I went to school in upstate New York. And so it's nice returning home to where you grew up. Anyway, so this hotel, I stayed last night. And then tonight, I think I'm going to stay maybe at my sister's house, or I might go up to Kingston, New York, where my sister has a home up there, Kingston. It's in the Woodstock area. So I think I'm going to be spending a few days up there with nature. She's right by the Hudson River, so it's beautiful up there. So I'm really, really excited for the party, and I'm going to be taking pictures and some videos of the party. I'm going to be wearing a Korean hanbok. My mother's going to be wearing Korean hanbok, which is the Korean traditional costume. And so I'll be taking some pictures, lots of pictures and videos, and I'll share that with you guys. So anyway, so I can't wait. Also, if you are thinking, just a couple of announcements, if you're thinking about what gift to give to your family or friend this year, because you don't know and you don't want the hassle of running around trying to get them a gift, you could support your family friend with an energy medicine session gift. And you can just go on our website at om-heals.com and you'll see gift sessions, and you can just gift somebody, to support their mental, emotional, spiritual, physical state of being. I know a lot of people are still going through a lot of stress, a lot of mental, emotional stress. And, I use energy healers all the time for those purposes. So if you don't know what gift to give them, just give them an energy session. What better way to support their mind, body, and soul? Okay, Saripa, how can I calm down my chattering mind? I just can't focus on anything recently. Yeah, I get what you're saying. Oh, trust me. I resonate with that because I have so much on my plate. It's like overwhelming. Hi, Lourdes from Sao Paulo. Wow, Brazil. That's on my bucket list. Brazil for sure. This is a really, really great question. I remember the first time I tried to meditate, which is over 20 years ago. I went to a Buddhist meditation center in the mountains of Colorado. And I spent a month there. I was proud of myself that I even spent a month there. And I went every single day to meditate, right? To the meditation center. I couldn't even sit on the mat for 3 minutes without, a rampage of thoughts going through my mind. And so, good morning, ex-church girl, good morning. So I understand how you feel. Like, how do you focus? One of the things is that people think that meditation is like going like this. Oh, no, that's not what meditation is. Meditation is really being fully present in the now. That is meditation. Being fully present in the now. I've talked about the power of now many, many times. The power, because everything happens in the now. Nothing ever happens in the future. And we know that nothing ever happens in the past. Eternal beingness, higher consciousness living is being fully present in the now. So it doesn't mean that you have to do this to be fully present in the now. Fully present in the now for some people might be race car driving. Why? Why is race car driving a state of meditation? Because when you, like the race car drivers, when they race their car, if they're not fully present in the now, what happens? What happens? They die. They die, right? They die. So this is the reason why a lot of people do dangerous sports. There are people who do dangerous sports. Why do they do dangerous sports? Because when they do the dangerous sport, they must be fully present in the now. And when you are fully present in the now, there is a flow of tapping into your higher consciousness state of being. And so, one of the things is we think, oh, we have to, meditating, just sit there silently. For some people, they can't do that. For some people, sitting, trying to meditate in silence is not their thing. It's not their thing. So, Sarupa, maybe it's not your thing to sit there and close your eyes and sit in silence. If that's not your thing, what is your thing? Is it, for some people, it's taking a hike in nature, being in nature, taking a hike. Maybe that's your thing. Maybe it's swimming. Maybe that's your thing. Maybe it's skiing. Maybe it's, climbing Mount Everest. Whatever it is that could put you fully present in the now. What activity can, maybe it's dancing. Maybe it's like literally when you dance or you listen to music, you are so present in the now. So think about the activities that I know, like for instance, I know my husband, he's fully present only when he's flying. That's the only time that he's really fully present, where he feels truly alive. So what activities can you do in your life that make you truly feel alive in the present moment? Because when you are living in the present moment, you are focused. You are absolutely focused. And that's what meditation really is. It's not sitting here going om and closing your eyes in silence. It's what is the activity that could help you be fully present in this moment? So Sarupa, I ask you, think about this, meditate on this. What are the activities that make you fully present in the now? Does that make sense? Does that make sense? Because if you have a hard time focusing, obviously that means that you're not fully present in the now. So what are the activities that you could do in your life that make you be present in the now? Do you have a mountain, near your home where you could go hiking? I know there are people, when they go into nature, they feel so connected with themselves and the higher powers. And so so they don't become distracted. And so when you do that, then when you actually go back to work, you're more focused. So try that. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. Yes, I think it's a fantastic explanation myself. It took me a long time to figure out what it truly means to meditate. All right. So if you have any other questions, ex church girl, is it good to fall asleep while meditating? There's nothing wrong with that. Actually, if you fall asleep while you're meditating, that's not a bad thing. That means you are so relaxed. That means your body is no longer in resistant energy mode. It's not resistant. And your mind is not resistant. And the more you could get your mind to not be resistant, the better it is. So if you're falling asleep, I remember one time I was doing this super conscious remapping session and with Paula Anderson, whom I love. And it was like an hour and a half session. And she was, the way she does it made me fall asleep. Like I was kind of in a trance, but I could tell I wasn't falling asleep. And that's not a bad thing. That's a good thing because that means that your mind is relaxed. That's why you could fall asleep, right? So yes, it's absolutely fine that you fall asleep, okay? It's absolutely fine. That means your mind is relaxing, and that's what we want to do. We want to relax the mind. Oh, you're welcome, Sarupa. Yeah, it is. It really is. It's there is a beautiful quote by a philosopher talking about the power of the now, what meditation really is. He says, those who live in the now have eternal life. I don't know if you saw a video. I did a video about that. Those who live in the now have eternal life. And it means that those who live in the now have eternal life. What he's saying is that we are an eternal being, right? Once our body goes, our true state, our true existential state is eternal, right? Because we are our consciousness that is forever expanding. So the body is just a vehicle, but our consciousness is an eternal beingness. And the truth of who we are is this consciousness, right? And so that consciousness is forever. And so what happens in forever? The state of foreverness is in the now. It's not in the future. It's not in the past. It's only ever in the now. Your eternal beingness is only ever in the now. And that's why the power of now is so powerful. And that's what meditation really is. It's to be fully present in your truth, which is that you are an eternal beingness of the now. That's what you are. And so this is why the power of now is incredibly powerful. I cannot stress the power of now, because your eternal beingness is only ever in the now. It's never in the future. It's never in the past. That's just a construct of the mind that we think that there's past and future. That's a construct of the mind. But when you peel away that construct, the truth, the underlying truth of our existence is an eternal beingness of the now. And this is why the meditation is to be fully present in your eternal beingness. And when you are fully present in whatever is happening right now, you are tapping into your eternal beingness. And that's why it's so powerful. Okay, so does anybody have any other questions? I'm gonna go for another, then I have to go to this party. You're welcome, ex-church girls. Does anybody have any other questions for me? I'm happy to answer any questions that you have. So basically, I hope everybody's going to have a wonderful holiday. I don't know what everyone's going to be doing, what anyone, my plan is I have I'm going to be in California for the holidays. So that should be, I'm trying to keep a very low key holiday because I'm actually going to be doing a lot of work during the holiday because I'm so slammed. I'm so slammed with work. But share any of your plans. Does anybody have any questions? So let me go back to the topic of this meditation, because I think that it's really important that when your mind is not focused, is to really find an activity that you can really bring that focus to. And so what are some of the activities that you guys can do that brings you to the now? You know, can you list some of the activities? For some people, is it meditation? For some people, is it hiking? For some people, is it reading a book? For some people, is it cooking? I know there are people, when they cook, they feel alive. I know some people, when they do gardening, they actually do gardening, they feel really, really present. Like, I know people that can't meditate. They just cannot meditate. And so they says, you know, when I go out and I garden, I feel so present, you know? And so I say, do more of that. Okay, how can we tap the energy from the universe? It must be easy through meditation, right? Yes, yes. That's how you tap into the energy of the universe, is to be fully present in the now. And so what people do, the reason why people sit here and go like this, you know, they do that is because it's a practice to bring them home to the now. It's like because, you know, their mind is so busy that they go like this in order to bring them to the now, bring them to the now, bring them to the now, bring them to the now. That's why they do that. And so when you are present with the now, you are tapping into the energy of the universe, and you're leveraging the power of the universe. I don't know if you guys saw my video, my meditation about leveraging the power of the universe to become a powerful creator manifester. You know, I don't know if you saw that, but when you become more and more present with the now, which I say is meditation, you become more and more tapped into the universal forces and the alignment of who you really are. Oh, walking keeps you present. Yes, that's great. Then do more walking. Marva, music helps me to relax while walking by the water. Beautiful. Again, these are wonderful activities. This is your way of meditating. You know, don't think that you have to be doing this. You don't have to be doing that to meditate. And so going back to this about, you know, the linking the power of now to tapping into the universal forces, linking now to the universal forces. So the more you are able to be present in the now, what's also happening is the more you're in alignment with the truth of who you are, the more you're in alignment with yourself. So Swarupa, you're going to be more aligned with who Swarupa is. So this is one of the things that I'm learning in my human design, is the human design is how God created your energetic blueprint. When you look at your human design chart, and you can get it at Jovian, let me write this, jovianarchive.com is where you can get your free human design. When you get your free human design, when you understand your human design and you become more present in the now, you become more aligned with your human design, the way God energetically created you, because we all each have an energetic blueprint. Every single one of us has an energetic blueprint. And so when we become aligned with that energetic blueprint, things happen. We become a powerful manifester of abundance. And so as you keep practicing the meditation to become more and more in the power of now, as you keep practicing the power of now more and more, you become more aligned with your human design. You become more aligned with your energetic blueprint. And when you become more aligned with your energetic blueprint, that is when you become a more powerful manifester. So all of this stuff is interrelated. That's why being present in this moment is so critical. PJC, should we avoid painful experiences such as being verbally abused by someone? I've tried to avoid it altogether before, but recently I found that going through the pain willingly could be a better way. This is a great question. This is a great question. I love this question. I love this question, PJC. Because what, in the one hand, and there's some wisdom in what you're saying. There's some wisdom in what you're saying, because what you're saying is, you know, when I try to avoid, it's kind of like this resistant energy, right? So I'm like, okay, let me go with the flow, right? I get it. Okay. However, you do not want to willingly participate and engage with negative energy. And so there's a bigger issue here, PJC. And I think your question is so genius and brilliant because, because I could see the wisdom. There's some wisdom behind that. The thing is this, is that there's a bigger issue here at hand. The bigger issue here at hand is, why are each one of us, and I've experienced this many times, why am I attracting this negative experience into my life? That's the bigger question here. Why do we continue to attract these negative situations in our life? The reason why we're attracting, the universe is giving us these negative situations, is because we needed to learn a lesson. Because if we don't learn a lesson about ourselves in here, we keep attracting these negative situations. There's a pattern in our life. That's why the universe keeps giving you the same. Have you noticed that sometimes you have patterns in your life where you are always attracting certain types of people? Why does the universe keep presenting you with that same situation? Why? Because there's a lesson to be learned from that person, from that situation. And if you're not learning that lesson, you're going to keep being presented with it over and over and over and over again. And so while I can absolutely appreciate, PJC, what you are saying, that, you know what, I'm just not going to resist anymore. I'm just going to go with the flow, which is so beautiful. But how do you stop attracting that person or those situations? How do you do that? You have to learn the lesson of why this person or this situation in your life. Because once you learn that lesson, the universe no longer needs to present it to you. You understand? And so the bigger issue is that, what can I learn from this experience? And learn that lesson. And as soon as you've learned that lesson, you've released that energy from coming into your experience. And so one of the things is that by just kind of, going through, so this person, this situation that you're experiencing is your greatest teacher. And so say to yourself, when the situation happens, thank you for this greatest opportunity for expansion and growth. What lesson can I learn from this experience? What lesson does my soul need to learn? And journal it, meditate on it, and journal what the lesson could be. And as you're journaling, what's going to happen is, maybe you might not get it right away. Over time, you will understand why this experience needed to be in your life. And when you learn the lesson that you needed from that experience, you will no longer have to attract that experience into your life. And so that is really and those people, those situations by default will not come into your experience. So I hope that helps you, PJC. but I think it's a genius question. And I think the fact that you said, you know what, I'm just going to go through this situation and experience with, is a great way to think about it, because the way to resolve any experience that you do not desire is to not have so much, not go against the experience, but to be in flow with that experience. Because when you're in the flow with that experience, you're also learning the lesson. So there's a lot of wisdom in what you are saying, PJC, but you don't want to, nobody wants to willingly or consciously attract an experience that they do not desire, right? Nobody intentionally wants to attract that, but sometimes we need it in order to learn those lessons. And that's what it's about here. So journal, figure out why this experience keeps coming to you and learn that lesson to transcend that experience. Oh, Marva, you do guided meditations. Good for you. Good for you. Yes, we have to learn the lesson. It's true. Yes, we do. So PJC, let me know if that helped you or if you have a follow-up question to that. Yes, yes, that's right. We need to heal from past traumas. There's so many things in our lives that we have. I always say the traumas that we carry are not just from this life, it's traumas that we carry from our ancestors, it's traumas that we carry from past lives. And a lot of those traumas we carry unconsciously, meaning we carry traumas that we are not even aware of. Think about how much, I always say, oh God, we all have so much traumas that we're carrying. And a lot of these traumas, we have even no awareness of what it is, because it's from things from our past lives, or it's traumas that we've inherited through our ancestors. Lord knows, and you know what I'm saying? So there's just so many layers that we're dealing with here. But we don't want to make it overwhelming. Let's deal with one thing at a time. Let's make a small bite in our life, because if you make a small bite each day, and you release one little thing each day, like one little thing you release each day, think about in 1 month how much you've released, in 2 months how much you've released, in 3 months how much you've released. The mole eventually becomes a mountain. So even making small progress each day becomes a huge, huge effect. PJC, okay. Totally agree, because I've been avoiding as much. Thank you so much. Right, PJC, yeah, that's right. You don't want to avoid it, but meaning like, I wouldn't engage with negative, if there's a situation and somebody's engaging in a negative way, or what you would call negative, like anger, frustration, hatred, I wouldn't engage in that. You don't want to engage, when you say willingly participate, you don't want to engage with that. What you want to do is ask the universe, why was this situation presented to me? What can I learn so that I can transcend the situation and stop attracting these types of people and situations in my life? That's what it's really about. So what it is you want to acknowledge the situation. I acknowledge the situation for what it is. Thank you, universe, for presenting the situation to me. Thank you for presenting it to me so that I may learn the lessons that my soul needs to learn. And so thank the universe for the situation, because everything is a lesson. Oh, okay. Yes, of course. Okay. I'll definitely, my obstacle is something questioning the pain as I experience the situation, and I try to relieve it as well. Sometimes the pain is something that you have to be present with. Sometimes we have to go through the pain and not be so resistant against the pain. And so one of the things that you could do is, when you feel that pain, the most powerful way to deal with pain is to be present with it. Stare down that pain. Because once you become present, remember I talked about the power of now, being so present with the now. Well, if you're going through pain, be present with the pain. Why is that such a powerful thing, to be present with the pain? Being fully present with the pain reveals incredible deep wisdoms about yourself. Deep, deep wisdoms will come out of being fully present in that pain. That deep wisdom. And when you understand that deep wisdom, that's when you're going to transcend that pain. That's when, and the pain is, everything is in flux. You know, Buddhism says everything is in flux. Pain does not stay with you forever. You know, everything is in flux. Everything is ebb and flow. So when you have the pain, just be fully present with it. Don't resist the pain. Be fully present with the pain, and be fully present so you can find the deep wisdom that comes with that pain. And when you find that deep wisdom, what's going to happen is you're going to learn the lesson and transcend that pain and transcend that situation. So I would acknowledge the pain and say, thank you, pain, for being my greatest teacher. Let me be present with you so you could help me reveal deep wisdoms about myself. And so don't resist the pain, stay with the pain, and that pain will transmute into a higher energy. It's because nothing stays the same. The only constant in life is change. The only constant in life is change. So pain will not stay forever as pain. Everything is constantly in flux, but you have to be present with that pain in order to transcend it. That's right. Just what ex-church girl said, you have to experience it to move on. So let the pain be present with you. That's right. Ex-church girl says, otherwise the pain keeps you stuck. So if you're trying to put the pain under the rug, it's gonna stay there. You have to transmute it. You have to evolve it. And you don't want stuck energy. Stuck energy creates disease eventually. And this is why being present with your pain is important. Don't resist the pain, because the pain will turn into joy later. So the pain, there's a reason why I always say there's a yin and yang. You can't have the yang without the yin. You can't have the yin without the yang. You can't have, you know, this expansion, this great joy of expansion without some pain in your life. The reason why you came into this physical form, this time, space, reality form, is so that you could have these experiences to transcend. Because if you were already transcended to that highest vibrational frequency, you wouldn't even have to come into this physical form. The reason why you came into this physical form was so that you can have these experiences to learn those lessons for the expansion and growth of your soul. Otherwise, if your soul was already there, you wouldn't even have to come into this physical form. You know? So yesterday, after I got off the plane, you know, I went to the, you know, I wanted to rent a car, and I haven't rented a car in I don't know how many years. You know, I went to rent a car, and literally it was already like 8 o'clock in the evening. I was tired, and I'm like looking at this line, the budget rental line, and it is so long. And I said to myself, okay, all of a sudden, you know, I went into the default, that reactive. I was reactive about the situation. And I was like judging. I started judging. Oh my God, there's only one employee that can help all these people. And then I said, no, Moon, stop. The universe is giving me a great lesson here. What is the lesson? Patience. I said, okay, universe, I'm going to be standing here. Thank you for the lesson of patience. Thank you for the lesson of patience. And the more, and so I just stayed with the moment. I try not to judge it. I said, okay, you're teaching me patience. I'm going to stand here the best that I can. I'm just going to take in the power of now, just be present with this moment and have patience. The universe is teaching me patience at that moment. So it's like, okay, thank you for this opportunity to help me practice patience. I waited about an hour before I was able to get service. That's a lesson in patience. So, you know, everything is a lesson. Everything is a lesson. Yeah, you're welcome, Marva. I am happy to do this. You're welcome. So PJC, I hope that has helped you. I hope so. If you have another follow-up question, ask me. But yesterday I was tested with my patience, and then I got to the car, right? And it was like pitch dark. There was no light there, even when I went into the car. I mean, I didn't know how this car operates. And also it was so dark. I couldn't even see any of the buttons. So literally, you know, I always say spirit guides and angels are always protecting me. I literally drove out of the parking lot without any headlights because I didn't realize that my headlights weren't even on. Literally, I was like, it took me like, I didn't know how to open the trunk. I didn't know how to operate this car. So literally, I drove out of the parking lot with no headlights, and I was on the freeway. And I was thinking, all of a sudden, I was like, do I have headlights? I'm on the freeway, 9 p.m. at night. It's dark. I'm on the freeway. I'm surprised that nobody was even honking at me, that I didn't have the headlights on. And all of a sudden, I thought, oh my God, I don't think my headlights are on. So I was like, I got to get off. The first exit, I have to get off. So the first exit, I got off and I stopped at the side street and I went out, and sure enough, I had no headlights on. You know how dangerous it is to drive at night? And I was surprised that nobody was honking at me. So I was like, so what did I learn? What was that? What did I need to learn from that experience last night? Was patience, patience, patience with everything, patience that I didn't know how to operate this car, patience that I had to, you know, wait 1 hour to get a rental car, you know, just patience everywhere. And so I said, okay, thank you, Spirit. Thank you, angels. Thank you for protecting. I was so grateful that I did not get into an accident without the headlights. And I was so grateful to Spirit for protecting me. You are, Marva? Oh my God, Marva. I have to hang out with you because my dog, Happy, gives me the lesson of patience. So, oh, the rental car diaries, ex-church girl. Yeah, been there, done that. It's so true. I tell you, rental cars, I was like so lost. I couldn't even, and the car is black too. I rented a black car. So without the headlights, that's even worse. There was a black car, no headlights. I could have easily gotten into an accident. Okay. I did okay with physical pain. Like the Pfizer vaccine I just taken, I didn't experience a lot of pain because I fully surrendered to it, even though I had something like exit. Oh, wow. That's amazing, PJC. I was talking about the vaccine, my live session last week. I talked about the vaccine, like what strategy I'm going to have mentally, emotionally, spiritually, if I'm going to get the vaccine next year. I think the problem with emotional pain is because there's an ego aspect of it, right or wrong, but the vaccine is someone neutral. So I did not resist it more. Yes, I agree. I think with the emotional pain, you know, when you have emotional pain, you know, there is ego aspect to it that's involved. And so it makes it a little bit more like you feel like it's personal, right? You're taking it more personally, right? And when we take it more personally, that's something that we have to evolve internally, you know, because let's say that speaks to our personal worth, our personal self-love and self-worth. Because if we had unconditional self-love or self-worth, right, inside, any situation that arises, or if people say something to us, it wouldn't affect us. Why does it affect us? Because we don't have that absolute unconditional self-love. Because if we had that absolute unconditional self-love, whatever somebody says to us, or somebody, the way people behave towards us, we're not going to be affected. We're not taking it personally, right? So that emotional pain, we, like you said, the ego part of it is like taking it personally. We take it personally, and that's why. But we could work through that. All those things could be worked through. That's where our opportunity for growth and expansion happens, is that we start working through those things about ourselves. And so as we keep working through those things, and those situations and people get presented to us, and we keep on working, doing the inner work, we're gonna keep transcending those situations. Hi, Anne Rodriguez. Yes, yes, the universe was protecting me. Yeah, that's wonderful, Sir Rupa. Thank you for sharing your experiences. I really appreciate it, because sharing your experiences really help all of us. M. Rodriguez, trying to get through my divorce has challenged my positive thinking and spiritual faith. So much emotional pain. Yes, absolutely. When you get a divorce, that's very, very, there's deep pain that comes with divorce. It's like cutting your arms off almost, right? Because you've been so close to that person. And so, divorce is one of the biggest pains that there is. But Emma Rodriguez, you can get through this. You can get through this. Trust me. I don't know if you watched the beginning of what I was saying, but if you haven't watched it, go watch from the beginning, because you will see you could get through this emotional pain, and you need the pain to make you to grow and expand. Your soul needs the pain to grow and expand. So, Marva, you know what? You were just born that way. You were born to have patience. That's your energetic blueprint, is to have patience. So you were very blessed with that energy of patience. By listening to this talk, I will be more patient with myself for my weight loss journey. Oh, yes, ex-church, definitely. Definitely. One of the reasons why I think when we have a weight issue, the dieting issue is, one of the things about dieting is that the reason why a lot of dieting programs don't work is because it's an inside job. People say, oh, I'm going to go exercise, I'm going to eat better. But you're not going to exercise, you're not going to eat better unless you have a mental, emotional space that's ready to do that. A lot of times when people want to diet, they're not in the right mental and emotional space to be ready for that dieting journey. And when you're not in the right mental, emotional space, you're never going to behave in alignment with losing weight, because it's the behavior that's going to make you lose weight, right? But I always say that you can only behave where you are at mentally and emotionally. You cannot behave in any other way than where you are at mentally and emotionally. So most people that diet are dieting when they're not ready to diet, because they haven't done the inner work. They haven't done the mental and spiritual, emotional work. So their behavior is not in alignment with that mental, emotional, and spiritual space. So why is it so important? So if you do the mental, emotional, and spiritual work first, and you start having more self-love for yourself, right, by doing that work, then your behavior will be in alignment with that. And so one of the things is that you have to have the mental, emotional space to be patient with yourself, to not knock yourself down. Okay, if you had that cookie, okay, it's okay, but don't knock yourself down for it. The most important thing is for you to love yourself. The reason why people overeat is because they don't love themselves. If they love themselves, you would never overeat, right? So when we knock ourselves down over and over, we say, no, Moon, you're bad. You're bad because you ate that chocolate cake. You're bad. What are we doing? we're perpetuating that self-hate. And when we perpetuate that self-hate, we will never be able to lose the weight and sustain that weight loss, right? We will never, that's why most diets fail, because most people are not ready for that. They're not ready mentally, emotionally, and spiritually to align the behavior of losing weight. That's why having more compassion for yourself and loving yourself more is so important to this journey of losing weight. That's why being patient, more patient with yourself in your journey, ex-church girl, of losing weight is very critical to this process. So I am proud of you for being on this journey of self-love, because once you love yourself, you will not, you will behave that is in alignment with that love in terms of the way you eat, in terms of exercise, all that stuff. So that's the most important thing. The most important thing is that you love yourself. M. Rodriguez, you're welcome, M. Rodriguez. I'm so proud. I'm so proud of you that you're going through this journey. Deborah Hughes, what about physical abuse from others? What lesson are we learning from that? Yes. Deborah, what we are learning from physical abuse, I think that most of the time when we take physical abuse is that the lesson that we need to learn is self-love and self-worth. That's the lesson that we need to learn. Self-love and self-worth. Because when we take physical abuse, there's an unconscious belief, very deep unconscious belief that we are not worthy. And so in some ways we might deserve that pain or that abuse. And that speaks to your worthiness, your self-love, Deborah. That's what you need to learn. You need to learn that I am worthy, that I am beautiful, that I am unconditionally lovable. Unconditionally lovable. You hear that? That's what that speaks to. And that's a lesson that you want to learn from that relationship of physical abuse. Because once you learn that, you will no longer attract physical abuse in your life from somebody close to you. Self-worth and self-love is the secret here. Okay, Deborah, do you have a follow-up question of that? Because this is very, very important. Because you see patterns, I see patterns in people where they keep attracting, somebody that, people that physically abuse them or verbally abuse them. And why? Because they haven't learned the lesson of self-worth. You've got to learn that lesson. That lesson is so important. Okay, Deborah, do you have a follow-up question to that? Because that's very important. You're welcome, Sarupa. These Saturday sessions are really amazing. Yeah, you know what? I realize that doing these live sessions are so important because you get to ask the question on the spot, And so, because, when I do these recorded videos, you don't get to ask me, questions on the spot. So this is why I'm like, I've got to come on. I should come on like every week. So that's my goal. I might not be able to come on every Saturday, but my best effort is to come on every Saturday. And here I am in New York today, and I still have come on for you because I know this is really important. And I actually love interacting with you because I learn so much from what you have to say, from what you share, your questions. I learn so much from you. And this is one of the reasons why I love to come on, because I learn just as much through you. You're welcome, Deborah. How do I start to learn self-worth? Oh, that's a beautiful question. There's so many ways. And I have lots of videos on self-worth, and I even have a self-worth meditation, Deborah. If you go under self-worth, if you go under my channel, if you like kind of look for self-worth, you'll see I have two videos about self-worth, and I also have a guided meditation, because self-worth is such a huge thing. It's such a big thing. One of the things that you could start out with, a simple tip of starting out with self-worth, and I did this myself. I started out with this, and I still do this to this day, is when you wake up, you say to yourself, Deborah, you are beautiful. Deborah, you are enough. Deborah, you are worthy beyond measure. Deborah, you say these simple things. You go to the mirror, you brush your teeth, you look at yourself. Deborah, you are beautiful. Deborah, I love you. Deborah, you are enough. Deborah, you are worthy beyond measure. Deborah, you just start doing these simple things. You have to start small, right? Because what you're doing is you're training that subconscious mind. That subconscious mind is so deep. You have to start to reprogram that subconscious mind. You have to start reprogramming it, that worthiness. So the way to do it simply is just to literally wake up in the morning, say that to yourself, go to the mirror work. Louise Hay's mirror work is beautiful. Look at yourself in the mirror and say, Deborah, you're beautiful. Deborah, you're amazing. Deborah, also place cards around the house, like the refrigerator. Put a big picture there with your face on it that says, Deborah, you are beautiful. Deborah, you are worthy. Put those pictures around your house that reminds you that you are worthy, that you are beautiful, that you are enough. Put it, because the refrigerator door, you open it, and I have videos about worthiness. Go look it up. But you could put Post-its, pictures, big signs around the house that keep reminding you that you are unconditionally beautiful. Do that. Start with that. Every single day. It takes practice, because reprogramming that subconscious mind takes a practice. And once you start practicing it, you will see. So I hope that helps you. That's a really good way to start. Oh, PJC, I'm so glad that you're getting value from these Saturday sessions. Yes. I'm telling you, I have to get Sarita, you said these sessions just reorient us. Yes, these sessions reorient me. You guys inspire me. You have no idea how much you inspire. Marva Moon, you are the best. Thank you for sharing your knowledge with us. Thanks for taking the time from your trip. Of course, I really appreciate this. This is, I'm going to be going, like I said, it's my mother's 91st birthday party this afternoon, and I'm going to go to that. I'm going to really enjoy. And I'm going to honor my mother for being 91 years old. God, can you imagine if every single one of us made it to 91? That's a pretty good life. I'm very blessed, and I'm very, very deeply grateful and appreciative that the universe has kept my mother alive at 91, and she's still doing well. I mean, she can walk, she can eat. It's really amazing. It's really amazing. And I feel so blessed, and that she's alive and well still at 91. So, all right. So it's 10:04 now. Wow, I went over an hour. So let's do a closing prayer. Let's join together our energies and do a closing prayer to send you guys off to a beautiful weekend until I return to California next week, and I will come on again next Saturday. So let's join our energies together, and let's do a closing prayer. Dear God, dear angels, dear spirit guides divine, thank you so much for allowing me to have arrived to New York to be blessed to honor my mother's 91st birthday, and to get on with the listeners and viewers here, and to share this amazing energetic space with them. That you bless each and every one of them. You bless Deborah, you bless Sharupa, you bless PJC, you bless Ex Church Girl, you bless M. Rodriguez, you bless Sarita, you bless everybody in this room, to help them, to show them to their light, to show them to the truth of who they are, to show them to their unconditional worthiness, their unconditional gifts, their unconditional love that they have for themselves and for others. We thank you so much for allowing us to surrender and release doubt, fear, worries, concerns, knowing that you have infinite wisdom, infinite ways to make all things happen, and that we are always being guided and protected by you. And so we thank you again for allowing us to have all of these opportunities in our physical life, whether it's opportunities from people or situations that'll teach us great lessons of patience, great lessons of worthiness, great lessons of self love, great lessons of compassion, great lessons of our soul, that the wisdoms that we are learning for our soul's expansion and growth. And we thank you so much for all of the opportunities that we face on this physical plane so that we may learn all of these lessons for the expansion and growth of our soul. So we thank you again so much for allowing us to open this space and to be able to come live with this beautiful technology that we have, to be able to join all of our energies from all over the world together in this time. So we are so blessed and we thank you so much. And I ask you to please bless every single one of the people in this room and bless every single soul on this planet, and to allow our consciousness to be raised and our vibrational frequency to be raised so that we can all start to awaken to the truth of who we really are, which is this pure positive energy of God and love. And so we thank you so much for a beautiful day. And we thank you so much for a beautiful weekend. And we thank you so much for giving us life, for giving us vitality, for giving us health, for giving us abundance in money, career, relationships that you give us and you bless us every day. So, and so it is. Namaste. Thank you, everyone. Much blessings and love. I'll see you next week. Bye. Next week, I have a show about feng shuiing with high vibrational frequency words that is coming out next week. And then Saturday, I'll come on live again. Bye. Much love and blessings. I'll see you soon.